Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of Yodo TV. I hope you well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, ADEN Duale is the Cabinet Secretary for Environment. Now, ADEN Duale is one of those ministers or cabinet secretaries in Ruto's government who has been concerned about abduction. But the concern from ADEN Duale is different from the one from CS Justin Muturi. So with CS Justin Muturi, he talks about how to unearth this controversy of surrounding abduction. But on the CS ADEN Duale's part, his argument is on defending the government. So what CS ADEN Duale is doing is defending William Ruto's government, that it is not the one involved in this abduction. Now, because of that reason, Jeff KOINANGE decided to invite ADEN Duale during a Sunday live session.
And to extrajudicial killing, extrajudicial methods of dealing with the Kenyans was part of our manifesto. And President Ruto and ourselves don't believe in abductions. The president even said, I want all Kenyans who their loved ones are missing to go and document it at the DCI.
I don't know how many of you watched that debate, but it was aired live on Citizen TV. Now, Jeff KOINANGE wanted to know some details about, what ADEN Duale knows matters this abduction, because he is the one who has been talking about on the part of defending the government. So, but in the process of defending the government, Duale mentioned the previous government, that the previous government was responsible for thousands of deaths. I don't know whether these deaths were because of abductions, but he talked about 1,000 deaths. But because the topic was all about abduction, I think ADEN Duale could have referred to thousands of deaths which could have been as a result of abductions. But now here's the catch. Because Jeff is always keen, and he was very keen, and Duale could not substantiate these claims, the thousands. And I think that's why you find that Jeff wanted to know, how did you arrive at those numbers? It wasn't easy. Duale could not justify why, or rather could not substantiate these claims of thousands, because according to the numbers he threw out there, numbers were around 42. There was a mention of 42. He had not even reached that 100 deaths. Of course we know that in Kenya, even one death si kitu ambacho tungependa tusikie inafanyika, as a result of abduction, but he mentioned thousands. So I want us to go into this statement from ADEN Duale, being the only CS who defends the government on this matter of abduction. But before we get further on this, ladies and gentlemen, kindly like this video. It's so important, because when you like this video, that is the only YouTube shares our content. Subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed before, and to existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much, because without you, this channel cannot grow. So, without wasting a lot of time, I wanted to pay attention to this statement from ADEN Duale.
Is unacceptable, both as government and even the constitution. But Jeff, let me make three things very clear. The president and the Kenya Kwanza coalition, if you look at our manifesto, and to extrajudicial killing, extrajudicial methods of dealing with the Kenyans was part of our manifesto. And President Ruto and ourselves don't believe in abductions. The president spoke not once, not twice, not thrice. The president even said, I want all Kenyans who their loved ones are missing to go and document it at the DCI on a national day. The president a number of times said, they're the institutions that are mandated by the Constitution. The Office of the Independent Oversight Police Authority, the Inspector General of Police, the Commission for Administrative Justice. These safeguards were created by the Constitution. And I want to remind Kenyans, if you remember, there was a pastor who supported Hitler, and later Hitler and the Socialist Party jailed him. And he said, when he went for the Jews, we didn't speak. When he went for the Socialists, we didn't speak. When he went for the trade unionists, we didn't speak. I didn't speak. And then he came for him.
And on that note,
yes, and that's why I'm coming to it. That's why I'm telling you, in the last administration, where I served as a leader of majority, where Fred Matiang'i and many others and President Uhuru Kenyatta, thousands and thousands of people died.
Very well, and this is how Jeff Koinange intercepted this statement.
Majority, 70%.
Can you back that up with numbers?
Yeah,
with numbers?
Where'd you get
Yes.
those up? What do you mean thousands? What do you mean thousands?
42 you people showed on TV in Rivayala.
Very well, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it by yourself. Thousands and thousands of deaths were as a result of abductions in the previous regime. So to me, this sounds like a lie from CS ADEN Duale. Of course, we know CS ADEN Duale will do everything in his own disposal to defend the government. Of course, anybody who works for the government would want to defend the government to protect kazi yake. Because let's take a look at this. If ADEN Duale decides to differ with the government, what is going to happen? Impeachment, maybe. Because right now, Justin Muturi has exposed the government. What is facing right now is an impeachment talk. That is what is being pushed or thrown all over, that he should be impeached. People are talking about him being impeached. Now, guess what? ADEN Duale knows that if it attempts to make that move, because honestly speaking, he is a CS for environment. The big question is, he's talking about abduction. The right person to be asked is who? I think the right person to be asked is CS Murkomen, because Murkomen is the CS under internal affair. That's the security docket. He's the one who heads that department. So I've seen people say that maybe ADEN Duale knows something. That's why he's so much into this issue of abduction. You know, is it that, you know, some people are saying that ama imemgusa mahali. I mean, what is happening? I mean, I've heard so many narratives coming out. You know, I don't want to mention communities, but there's a community that has been linked with these abductions, that they are the ones who do these abductions. So I don't want to mention that community so that they were caught, you know, so that nionekane ni kama mimi na chochea. No, just mention the community, but there are people who believe that there is a certain community that has been doing this abduction. I don't know who is doing the abductions, honestly speaking, because this is something that Kenyans are waiting for. This is an answer that they are looking for. Who is responsible for the abductions? Looking at how Jeff approached the whole issue, you know, Jeff Koinange, how he approached the whole issue, you agree with me that Jeff was a bit smart there, and I could tell that CS ADEN Duale could not respond. He wasn't able to respond to that question because he ended up playing a lot of politics in that response. But again, there's something also that we need to look at. You know, CS Duale is a cabinet secretary. But if you look at this, you know, interview, you know, that this interview matters, this abduction, how he was responding, you could tell that Duale was still doing politics. I mean, we expect him to be a cabinet secretary, we expect him to address issues differently, or rather if he was called there to only focus on matters environment. But if he's talking about matters security, internal security, that is a docket that belongs to Murkomen. So that's why I find that there are many people who believe that maybe Duale knows something that Kenyans don't know. And what is it that he knows that is getting him that mad on this issue of abduction? what is it that he knows? You know, there's something that I keep mentioning here, and I will not shy from mentioning it again. This is something that I was told, and this example fits well with the situation that ADEN Duale finds himself in, that ukitaka kujua msitu uko na nini, rusha jiwe. Ukisharusha jiwe, ndio paka atatoka, panya atatoka, nani atatoka, kila kitu kitatoka ambao kiko pale, hata nyoka atatoka. Sasa hapo ushajua msitu uko na nini, ulirusha jiwe. So Justin Muturi alifanya tu kurusha jiwe kwa huo msitu. Ndio maana unapata kwamba watu kama ADEN Duale sasa wametoka. Watu kama Sudi wakatoka, Ichungwa wakatoka. The big question is, what do they know? So these are some of the answers that Jeff Koinange wanted to know in this Sunday live session. But you know that ADEN Duale is being a smart CS. He had to dodge the questions and answer venye yeye anataka. It's like he was creating those, he was recreating these questions. You know, the questions have already been created for him to simply, or rather formulated for him to answer, but he goes ahead and formulates other more questions and answers questions ambazo yeye ndiye ametengeneza, so that Jeff Koinange ends up being confused. I mean, that is my observation based on that interview, ladies and gentlemen. So I'd like to raise my case there, but just go below in the comment section and probably tell us, why do you think ADEN Duale is so much interested in this issue of abduction? What is the secret behind it? Just go below in the comment section and you can respond to that question. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.